So viral marketing, like the easy definition of it, is a process of marketing that is self-replicating, right? So it's almost like a disease. Like you put it out there and it slowly spreads. It spreads by itself. You don't have to push it any farther than the first push. It's usually by one medium that the viral starts, right? So you can do social networks, social news, video, email marketing, whatever you're going to use as your platform, and then it spreads over and over and over amongst the platforms. So to give you an example of what viral marketing is, Danny DeVito recently came on Twitter, and this was his picture on his Twitter campaign, right? So the Twitter picture gets picked up by a bunch of people, like they come and see Danny DeVito with this funny picture, starts going all over the place via mainstream news, The Examiner, MTV, Mashable. And of course he has 33,000 followers in 4 days. Also, it happens that the next season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is coming out, okay? So obviously they're trying to virally market him on social media to publicize the opening of the show. That's basically what viral marketing is they pushed it out on Twitter, it got steamrolling, it went into the mainstream, and then it's used to push a product, a service, or whatever. So this is a case study that we did. In the US, there's a television station called G4 TV, it's like a men's station. They have a website that is mostly video gaming related. They're owned by Comcast. And so what was going on at one of the big gaming conferences was Steve Wiebe is this guy. He used to hold the world record for Donkey Kong, and he's in this nerd battle with this other dork who's also had the world record for Donkey Kong. And so they're all like battling it out, and he was trying to break the record live, and he failed, which is kind of sad. And so they were posting it live, G4 was on their site. So we pushed this out. We front paged it on Reddit, stayed there for 24 hours. I've never seen a piece of content do that before. In 24 hours, we were able to get them 147,000 unique visitors and 500 inbound links just from this piece of content. Now, what's the importance of links? If you're doing social, SEO, you know the importance of links. But for those of you that aren't too familiar with search, I'll break it down. Basically, a hyperlink is a link from a website to another document on the web, okay? When the idea of PageRank came around, it said that we were gonna be able to value other documents on the web by how many links or what kind of quality links were going to them, right? So you have this concept of the interlinking web, and it becomes important for search after the PageRank, and then, you can't hear me? You can hear me now? Okay. So what's important with links is quality, not necessarily number, but sometimes number depending on what vertical you're in, and mostly anchor text. So the way that we're able to achieve a lot of links with social media and viral content is the nature that it's viral, right? So since it's spreading out from this epicenter, as it spreads out, it's being linked to, correct? So we're able to gain links for SEO. Different kind of hooks that you might want to use are news, attacks, ego, humor, resources, and incentives. All these different hooks have different linkability to them, and we'll look a little bit more at that later. So this is another case study that we did. We did a social media addicts quiz just for our company. We put it out there. It got picked up by Steve Rubel, who is the editor of Micropersuasion. And we ended up getting 638 inbound links from it, all with this anchor text right here, search and social media experts. And this is an approved way to build links because, as you can see, it's search and social media related. We're not hiding the anchor text. And then on the page, we're also saying that you can opt out of the anchor text if you want. So from this, we started ranking number 7 for social media experts. On a poorly optimized page, also number 6 for social media marketing company. Now, Matt Cutts has actually talked about this concept and social media, and I usually go to his panels at conferences because he talks about social media and tells people to do it, and then I swoop in, and then I steal the sale. Like I go, hey, you like to do it? Yeah, come and do business with me. So what he said is whenever you pay money to a social media consultant to try to show up on Dig, you are not paying for links. You are funding some creativity. You are sponsoring your page for some creativity. It's not like you held a gun to anyone and said, okay, you have to link to me. The people who link to the site are linking because it's something compelling instead. So there's still some editorial choice. So here's what you have. You have a medium that can build tons of links, anchor text rich, very natural portfolio in a short amount of time for a little bit amount of money, and it's approved by Google, okay? So anybody who's in gaming, you know how many links you have to build in order to stay competitive. So this is a really valuable resource. So links are the one key. There's other parts too that make social really beneficial, especially as we move forward in search and as they try to lessen, like I think they're going to try to lessen links as we go forward with search because it's really something that's easily gamed. So the main problem with links is that Google estimates their index to be around 30 billion pages. Who knows what it really is? Google claimed at one point to find 1 trillion links on the web. All right, so there's a huge amount of the web that they can't index, and it's ever expanding, right? So the only way to index the web is to follow links. Anything that's not close to the center of the web has a poor chance of being indexed at any point. The way that this is really affected is there's a concept called QDF where it's query deserves freshness. So you'll see a lot of the times in the SERPs, news pop up that is really timely, right? So Michael Jackson dies, all of a sudden, you know, the New York Times is coming up top 10 for Michael Jackson or whatever, all right? So it's query deserves freshness. The engines see that this is something that deserves to be in the SERPs because of the timeliness of the piece. So this becomes an issue. Why? Because if they can't crawl the entire web quickly, the only thing that's going to be coming up is the information that is within that really close part to the epicenter of the web. So there's about 3% of the entire web that they're able to index at this point in time, if you look at it that way. So what are they going to start using? They're going to start using more social signals to figure out what to crawl and what to put in their index. The way they're going to track it, and I'm talking mainly Google here, and then when you talk about Yahoo and Bing, you're really talking about Bing now with the merger, or not the merger, but the ad deal. They're going to be working on these factors as well. A little bit slower, but they'll eventually bring something along. Google AdSense, Google Analytics, Google Chrome, Google Checkout, Google Toolbar, Google Android, SearchWiki, Gmail. The reason they keep buying services and giving you services isn't because they like you. All right, they want your data. They want a lot of data, and they want to know what's going on. So what they're looking for is fresh content that's on the web, and they're looking for relevancy feedback. So some of the things that they're looking for are traffic. Ray Hoffman, Sugar Ray Online, she ran a test when she launched tweetwasters.com, and within the first 4 hours that they had launched, they had 300 indexed pages. It was a really quick crawl for a brand new site, and what they noticed was it was correlating directly with their traffic pattern that was happening. Also, they're looking for engagement factors. So Google's put out a number of patents. This one's methods and systems for personalized network searching. It has direct ties to social bookmarking. So they're actually looking at how much time you spend on a page, and then even if you don't bookmark the page, they're acting as if it's a bookmark for you, and then attributing that to your personal search history, and then tying documents together based on how much time you're spending on those pages. And this goes into more of the same concept of the bookmarking, how often you click through, where you click through, how much time you spend on the page, and how that ties documents and relevancy together. And then the same thing goes for inferring user interest. And the reason I'm moving quickly through this is I have a lot of slides. Again, they're trying to tie people together in social networks. So if I like some content and then Dave Naylor's looking at the same porn as I am, then they're going to know, like, you know, maybe we also like to look at the same whatever sports sites as well, and tie that information together to help personalize rankings, because that's what they really want to get towards, is personalized search results.